Does Twitter have images?
Oh, yeah. We're live on YouTube now, on our YouTube channel.
Okay.
Right, and we're going live now. Right, okay. Come on. Looks like we are. Yeah, we're live now.
Yeah, it just popped up.
Yeah, okay. That's good. Where's my music? Oh. I'll tell you what, I'll run this twice.
Speedway Tavern. Speedway Tavern. Speedway Tavern. Welcome to the Speedway Tavern. Enjoy your stay. Welcome to the Speedway Tavern. What's the news today? Have a drink, have your say. All opinions here today. Welcome to the Speedway Tavern. Enjoy your stay. Webby, GA, and Matt are here today. Welcome to the Speedway Tavern. Come and have your say.
Well, good evening, gentlemen.
Oh, good evening. Are we on now?
We are, yeah. Sorry about that. How are we all doing?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What can
We're
you say?
indoors. That's the main thing. So.
Yeah.
Missing my Speedway.
Yeah, okay. So,
Really missing my Speedway.
okay, then fire ahead. Tell us exactly what we're going to be talking about, Michael.
Oh, this and that. Well, do you know what? It depends on what the guys out there want to talk about. We're literally here just for everybody else and to chat about what they want. I mean, obviously, I think we want to talk about Kelly Moran a little bit because it's
Absolutely, yep.
the anniversary of his death. And we've got a few bits and pieces to do, haven't we? We've got some ideas and quizzes and things.
Yes, we've got a few competitions to keep people busy this evening. Yeah, we'll try and cram as much money in that as we can.
Yeah, we haven't really sort of discussed whether there's any prizes or anything for this. So
Maybe. Depends how generous I am later.
Oh, well, that's gone then, hasn't it?
Yeah. Most importantly, what have you all had for tea?
Pizza and chips.
Pizza and chips. Matt, what you had?
Pizza and chips.
Pasta with cheese.
Ah, well, I had steak. Because we're poshing, so
yeah, Solihull, of course. Yeah. That was breakfast, I believe.
Yeah. Ben says, watching you guys at the moment. Hopefully we'll be able to join you if the madness in my house calms down. Hello, Susan. Hello, Stephen. Hello, Wendy, Alan. Alivo, and Sean. Hope you're feeling better, says Sean. Michael.
I'm feeling much better, yeah.
Good
man.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
Egg, bacon, pasta. Ooh, that's
egg,
posh,
bacon, pasta. Well, shall we start then? We'll have a little chat about Kelly Moran and memories and so on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, we had him at Birmingham for one season, and he to say that he had a big influence on supporters and is understating it. I mean, he was just one season, but I think he's one of the most loved riders that's ever ridden for Birmingham, certainly in my time.
Yeah.
He was one of a kind.
Definitely.
Did you ever get to see him race, Matt?
I saw him ride once, and that would have been in his last season in the UK with Swindon. And unfortunately, by then, I think his lifestyle then was sort of starting to take its toll a little bit by that stage. He was really a pale shadow of the. I mean, I've seen footage from meetings from the 80s, and you know, I'd love to have seen him racing his peak. I mean, I saw his brother Sean ride a lot of times, and you know, let's not forget Sean was a fabulous rider as well. Of course, a world champion, admittedly in long track, and got very close to winning the world title in 1990 as well. Obviously, we had all the controversy afterwards, but no, I mean, I think we tweeted the other day, that we put on Facebook the other day, that action shot of Kelly Moran, and I think that action shot just tells you all you need to know about what a spectacular speedway rider he was, and a nice fella as well. Both of them. I mean, I met Sean about 5 or 6 years ago at Cardiff, and he was a really approachable, really friendly guy. So, yeah, you know, Speedway has always been having great showmen, and he was undoubtedly up there with the very, very best. Did he? There's always the argument about the Moran brothers. Did they waste their talent a little bit?
Well,
what do you mean by waste? What do you mean waste?
Well, you would think that with their talent, I mean, I think most people, I think Arden Major has come out and said that Kelly Moran was the most gifted rider he'd ever come across. But maybe that was part of the talent. That attitude was part of what made them.
I think, unfortunately, with both Kelly and Sean, the bottom line is when they were at the peak, so were Hans Nielsen and Eric Gunderson.
Well,
like every other rider of that era, and they were just both winning machines that just dominated all before them in the 80s. So, yeah, I mean, could they have done more? I mean, you know, there's no doubt but particularly I think Kelly could have done more.
Yeah, I think he was more of a party animal than Sean, wasn't he? I mean, Sean wasn't slow, I don't think, but I think Kelly Moran. I mean, I think all of the Americans at that point, with a couple of exceptions, they liked to party, didn't they?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
But
is there any memories from watching Kelly riding for Birmingham that sticks out for you, Gio? Or
it was just that I can't even remember who it was against, but it was the first match, and he just came out and I think he won his first heat, if I remember right. But it wasn't. It was just the way he did it. It was the shapes he was pulling. It was, you know, nobody else was riding like that at that point. I mean, a lot of riders do that now. They hang off the bike, and as far as I remember, that he was the first one that was doing it. You know, particularly with the right foot coming off and, you know, sticking it in the air, and he was just balancing the bike all the way around, and using his, you know, as I say, throwing all these shapes. It was just like, you know, and he never seemed to put his left foot down either. It was like you'd go, what did we just see, you know? And of course, that coupled with his larger than life personality, always happy to get on the mic, and all, you know, just always had something to say, and it was always funny, or it was, you know, whatever. It was just, you know, a great guy.
A few comments regarding Kelly.
Okay.
Paul Wood says Kelly taught Harry Copeland to drink. Susan Jordan says Kelly Moran was worth the admission fee alone to watch him, plus his antics. Stephen Zetterwall says my dad Bjorn Zetterwall had a fan club for Kelly Moran back in 1979 when Kelly was on 4th place in the world final in Katowice in Poland. Good evening, lads. Nice to see you, safe and well. Wouldn't it be nice to have a virtual speedway like Formula One at this time? everyone keep safe.
Well, there is something actually out there. There's a thing called Speedway Turbo. Oh, I forgot what it's called. Speedway Sliders.
Oh yeah. Didn't you used to play
guys,
that? Yeah, you used to play.
I
that,
used to
didn't
play that.
Yeah.
I checked it out the other day to see if it was still going, and it's still going. And you can get on there. They've got a YouTube channel, and you can check it. You can check out some of the meetings. They run meetings with this game. So if you check it out, just warn you, it's quite addictive.
Yeah. Teresa says Sean was my favourite out of the two. Said Teresa. Guy says, I seen his last ever ride in New York in 2004. He got injured, broken ankle, in a meeting after winning the scratch main event the prior meeting.
Okay.
New York.
Yeah, he did make a brief comeback in about 2003, I think, back in the States. I think he only rode for about a season or so.
Just back to sliders, I think John says, does it still have your song in the opening, GA?
Yeah, I'm afraid it does.
Does
I
it?
apologise. Yeah, I apologise about that.
Right, okay. So copyright, you must be loaded by now.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, there you go.
I don't think I even got a drink. Don't think I even got a drink for it.
No, dear. What's something?
I'll just tell one story that I heard once about Kelly Moran.
Please do.
I think it was. It might have been the Golden Hammer at Cradley, actually. Now, Cradley was probably the one track that Kelly Moran couldn't really master, to be honest. It wasn't. I don't think it was a track that he particularly liked, and he was riding in the Golden Hammer. And I think he'd had two poor rides, and then in his third ride, he came out and won it with the fastest time of the season, which surprised everybody.
Probably surprised him.
The rumor I heard, I don't know whether this is true or not, is that in those days there used to be a prize for each heat winner, and the prize for that heat was a bottle of whiskey.
Love it. I don't care whether it's true. I've just decided it is true.
Yeah. We'll make that one true. Okay.
That's the one thing though with Kelly, wasn't it? I mean, we've just talked about, did he underachieve? But he rode in 3 world finals, 4th in every single one of them. So, that's not a record to be sneezed at.
No, well, there are plenty of riders out there that would give their right arm for a record like that. So, what can we say? Did everybody catch last week's Speedway Star?
No, missed it.
For those of you who are Birmingham bent, it was a good issue. We had, remember some of those, do you, Chris?
Yep.
Yeah. Keith
Crisco, Harry Coppenham, Finn Jensen. Please don't talk to me about Finn Jensen. It was a good, but what I was trying to get when I brought that Speedway Star was the previous week's Speedway Star, and I haven't been able to get it because I wanted to get that because there was a bit about us in it.
And now I can't find it, even online.
So if anybody has got a copy of that and want to just shove it in a scanner or something, the pertinent bits, I'd love to see that.
Yeah,
that would be really.
Yeah, because we could have it up here as well, and frame it or something. Yeah. Nice, yeah. Claim to fame. Apparently there is still Speedway in New York as well, a flat track as well. There you go. Didn't know that.
They like their flat track in America, don't they?
It might be Auburn. I think that's the name of the track in New York or in that area.
I'm sure somebody out there will go and Google that for us.
I'm sure so.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Can you just ask people if they can, please share the stream and get it out? You never know, you might win a prize next week.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I forgot we do that.
Yeah.
I'm going to share it.
Yep. Please share the stream. It's ever so easy. Just click on share, and there you go. Finn Jensen, a worst Dane ever.
Was it the worst Dane ever? Let me think. That's a good game. Anybody come up with worst Danes and thing? When Finn Jensen was really on it, nobody could touch him. It's just that he only managed to be on it about once every 3 weeks. just for one heat. I remember going down to Coventry. Coventry. Arlie Olsen led Coventry. Of course, we always used to get trounced at Coventry. But I went and watched anyway, and he came out, Finn Jensen, and he got a 12-point maximum.
Mm.
And we beat them, and we were like, what the hell? So the return leg against Coventry was at Perry Bar the following Monday. So this is going to be good. I think Finn Jensen scored 1 point, and I think we lost by 10 points or something stupid. It was, that was the first two meetings of the season, if I remember right, as well.
I think, is he still about, Finn Jensen? I think he is. I think he's still doing stuff in Speedway, isn't he? So
yeah, he tuned. I think he does carburetors and tunes engines and stuff. I believe something like that.
Oh, you've been corrected. You've been corrected, Matt. Auburn is in California. It's
in
Champion
California.
Speedway in Owego near Binghamton, apparently.
I'm mistaken.
There you go. Well, of course. Why didn't you know that, Matt?
Come
We all
on,
make
Matt.
mistakes.
You're a stato.
I know.
We bring you on here for one reason only. We haven't discovered that yet, but we haven't discovered what that reason is yet. But you know,
I haven't discovered what the reason is yet. So. I only came around to see if I could borrow some sugar. So.
And we said no. Anyway.
Danny Woodward says, Mike, Chris and Matt, enough room there for me on the live stream? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Send me your email and the email that you signed up with Zoom on, and I'll invite you on. You can have a chat.
Yeah, the more the merrier.
Absolutely.
Just message it to me.
We're loving this news. Do you watch? What's the program called?
Pornhub.
It was on the news program, the comedy news program.
Have I got news for you?
I've got. That's the one. Did you watch the?
No.
They were doing what we're doing with the old Zoom. They did the whole program like that.
Yeah.
And I just thought, yeah, we got there first.
Yeah, of course we did. Yeah. Well, there's about another 1.5 million before us, but yeah. We got there.
You have to
Finn can't be worse than Ronnie Dangerous Pedersen, can he?
Oh, he was dangerous.
Yeah.
He was dangerous, Ronnie Pedersen. Jakob Olsen was pretty bad for Wolves, I must admit. Got in the team because of his surname. I think obviously Ollie's son, but he was fair to say he was nowhere near as good. So.
Matt, you look like Ronnie Corbett at the moment. You look like you're in Ronnie Corbett's chair, doesn't he?
Is he sitting? Are you sitting on Ronnie
Big
Corbett?
worse, I must admit, sir.
I'll vouch for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shall we start one of our competitions off?
Okay, then. I'm glad you said so,
Go on, then.
because I haven't got one ready. Oh, yeah, I have, yeah.
So shall we do the what happened next?
Okay, you explain to people, and I'll get it set up.
Okay, so for those of you out there of a certain age, will know the programme. Somebody give me a clue. What's it called?
Question of Sport.
Question of Sport. Thank you very much, Matt. That's the reason we brought you. So one of the regular features on the Question of Sport was the What Happened Next section, where they would play some VT and they would stop and then turn around and say, well, what happened next? I beg your pardon?
Whose phone was that? Not mine.
My phone, sorry about that. I do apologise.
You've got friends, haven't you? That's what it is. How dare you?
Or is it enemies? So we're going to do that. We've got a Speedway-based version of that. So we're going to play you a little clip, or hopefully, if you're ready, we're going to. This one is Berwick versus Rye House in 2009. It's the very first heat with a certain Mr. Jason Lyons, by the way, guesting in green for Rye House. You've got Michael Makovsky, Jason Lyons, Adam McKinnon, and Tommy Allen. Have a look at this and then tell us.
Which Matthew Weather's got a 17 paid 18 6-ride maximum for Edinburgh. Rye House had no answer to him whatsoever. But they're happy to have Jason Lyons on board tonight. Makovsky is second. Third is Tommy Allen. And at the back of the field was Adam McKinnon. So Jason Lyons goes round. 66.7 the winning time.
Right, stop the video.
For Heat 1. And that is a 4-2 for starters to the away side.
Stop the video. Stop
Lions
the
in
video.
first,
Stop
Alan
the
in third.
You put the wrong video on. You put the answer video on.
Now, what, I can see one or two
It don't matter.
fingers
What
being
happens?
pointed. Jim Loudon, the clerk of the
It tells
court,
you what happens next. It shows you.
has
what
spotted
happens
something
next.
with Jason Lyons.
Hang on. Now, you said that was the right one earlier.
No, there are two versions of each video, and you've got. I'm very sorry about this, people. You can tell we've really rehearsed this. We've got one that says video race 1 or heat 1, whatever it says.
Oh, I see. Oh, so you want?
Says, and what you need to play the question one.
Ah, right. Okay. Got ya.
Wow.
Try this one.
I thought I've done this simple enough. Shall we try again?
So away we go here in Heat 1. It's a bright start by Jason Lyons, who's got the better of Michael Makovsky straight away. Better away, though, Tommy Allen compared to Adam McKinnon at the back of the field. So it's Ryehouse on a 4-2 for starters here. And their guest, Jason Lyons, tearing away from Michael Makovsky. And not too many have done that this season. Lyons, the early leader, going extremely well here. Makovsky in second. Third place to Tommy Allen. Adam McKinnon trying to close up on Allen, who again is one of the riders that doesn't always greatly adapt to these bigger venues, but he's doing all right so far for third and fourth. Meanwhile, up front, Lyons is still staying well clear of Makovsky. So this bodes very well for the Rockets. Lyons guesting for Robert Meir, and with a lap to go, he's way ahead. He got 12 paid 14 last night, guesting for Ryan Fisher against Ryehouse in that meeting at the Scott Waste Arena, in which Matthew Weathers got a 17 paid 18 6-ride maximum for Edinburgh. Ryehouse had no answer to him whatsoever, but they're happy to have Jason Lyons on board tonight. Makovsky is second, third is Tommy Allen, and at the back of the field was Adam McKinnon. So Jason Lyons goes round, 66.7 the winning time for Heat 1, and that is a 4-2 for starters to...
Right then, okay then, tell us.
So
So
I'm not going to tell you. The idea is that you guess.
no, I know. Yes, sorry. I mean, was that was the right one though?
That was the right one. Yes,
Good
there we
stuff.
go.
Okay.
Yeah.
I understand now. Okay.
We're working with amateurs. What can I say?
Okay. So we want the audience to tell us what happened next.
Yeah, and you can try and. Well,
But they know what's happened next because I played the wrong clip.
Did you play it? Did you play it? Did it play all the way to the end?
No, I didn't. No. Okay.
Well, so, Matt, what do you think happened next?
I've no idea because I didn't see it.
Ah, okay.
For God's
I didn't see
sake!
it.
How unprofessional!
Well, I'm just leaving it open for everybody else. That's all.
You should have an iPad next to you so you can see what's going on. Useless. Okay. Barney says had no chain guard on, and Susan says he broke the track record.
No, and both counts. Although Barney's closer than Sue. Was it Sue? Was it?
Yeah. Susan Jordan. Yeah.
Okay, so Barney, I'll give you that as a clue. Barney is a little bit closer to the answer there.
Paul said he's still no idea. Ben says no dirt deflector on bike. Something related to that?
It was he had no dirt deflector on his bike, and so what was a 4-2 for Ryehouse became a 4-2 for Berwick. They know. So do you want to play the answer, and we can have a look at that?
Okay, here we go.
Waste Arena, in which Matthew Weathers got a 17 paid 18 6-ride maximum for Edinburgh. Ryehouse had no answer to him whatsoever, but they're happy to have Jason Lyons on board tonight. Makovsky is second, third is Tommy Allen, and at the back of the field was Adam McKinnon. So Jason Lyons goes round, 66.7 the winning time for Heat 1, and that is a 4-2 for starters to the away side. Lyons in first and Allen in third. Now, what, I can see one or two fingers being pointed. Jim Loudon, the clerk of the course, has spotted something with Jason Lyons.
And there's drama at the pits. Drama at the pits. Jason Lyons, who won the race, his bike has not got a dirt deflector on it.
And Dick Barry has picked up on it as well on the centre green. Now, is that all the way round or just at the end of the race?
A dirt deflector. That's been noted.
No dirt deflector, certainly on Jason Lyons' bike at the end of the race. And we do have a revised result. Green exclusion light has come on from referee Wilson. And it's Jim Loudon, the eagle-eyed clerk of the course, who may well have effectively won that race by spotting the problems with Lyons' bike. Lyons has been chucked out. Michael Mikulski promoted to first. Tommy Allen promoted to second. Adam McKenna promoted to third. Jason Lyons disqualified for no dirt deflector. And Berwick get a 4-2 when Ryehouse thought they had it their way.
Well,
there you
so
go.
now we know.
And now you know what you're doing now.
Yeah, I know, yeah. I've only had all day to rehearse this.
Yeah.
It wasn't like this in the production meeting, was it?
Oh, did I miss that?
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Yeah, we'll do the other one in 5 minutes or so, shall we?
Okay.
Now everybody knows what we're about, and we're not going to give the answer away next time, hopefully.
No. Now we know what we're doing. Yeah.
Really?
No, we haven't got a clue.
And that looks like he's consulting with the war. So.
I'm trying to get Facebook ready for the next clip. So.
Okay. Well, we're not going to show it, you know.
No. Okay, I've made the screen a bit bigger as well for those who are complaining it was too small.
You've never had those complaints before, have you?
No. I'm doing it as we speak. Okay. Got to be the most pathetic exclusion ever. I still to this day don't agree with the dirt deflector being added. Does it actually do anything? I suppose it deflects the dirt, doesn't it? You still get filled in with shale at Bellevue and Peterborough. So there you go.
What actually is the purpose of the dirt deflector? That was a big surprise to me, the dirt deflector, because I was away from Speedway for a bit, because Birmingham was away from Speedway for a bit, and when we came back, all of a sudden there was these things hanging off the end of the bike, and I don't know what the purpose of it. I mean, obviously it's supposed to deflect the dirt, but does it do that? Matt, any?
Well, I can remember when they introduced them, be about 93, I think, something like that, and they had a lot of problems with them in the first season, although they persevered with them. Never really understood why they absolutely had to have them, to be honest, because we always thought that it just added weight to the bike, and if you're going around a corner and you picked up a bit of drive, it would just dig the deflector in, which did happen a few times in that first season. I remember having a bad crash at Monmouth and aggravating his leg injury, and he said that was completely down to the dirt deflector catching the dirt and losing control.
And also, it's very easy for a front wheel there's an extra bit on the end of the bike for your front wheel to catch hold of, isn't there? And so that's surely going to not.
I remember when they went through a phase when they had some of the riders had spoilers for the front wheel as well, but that sort of disappeared and nobody really bothered with it.
Ben says that the roosters of all four bikes in the video were exactly the same, so weren't making any difference at all.
Well, it's funny you should say that, because I checked that out when I found this thing and thought, well, we'll use that, and I watched the video 2 or 3 times looking for exactly that, and I couldn't see any difference in how the dirt was coming off. So surely it's got to slow the bike down a little bit, hasn't it? With the impact of the dirt hitting that deflector, which is part of the bike. That's got to slow the bike
Probably
down.
Don't call me Shirley. Teresa says, when did Lyonsy retire? Not long ago.
It was
2010, wasn't it? I think.
Yeah, no, it wasn't 2010 because.
No, 2010 after Birmingham. I think it was the year after he stopped riding for Birmingham.
It was about 2012, I think, something like
Well,
that.
it's something like that, yeah.
Somebody out there will let us know. I think is somebody trying to come on board?
I'm sorry, I wasn't looking. I'll have a look. No.
No, okay.
No. Okay. Around the year of 2012, says Stephen Zetterwall.
That's what I thought.
It was about then, wasn't it? I think so. Because I know he had his farewell meeting at Perry Bar, didn't he? So
He did, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're ready for our next clip.
Let's go for it. Do you want me to do a little introduction for it? So this is exactly the same match. So Berwick versus Rye House, 2009, Heat 10. We've got Chris Neath and Andrew Silver, Michael Makowski and Greg Blair. What happened next?
Fifth ride here tonight. He got 10 paid 11 at the Scott Waste Arena last night in Rye House's relatively narrow defeat. They just missed out on a Premier League point there, losing by 8 on the evening at 50-42. Mark Lemon guesting for them last night, while Jason Lyons was busy guesting for Ryan Fisher on the Edinburgh side. Here we go tonight in Heat 10, off and racing. Bright start into the first bend by Chris Neath in green, who's got the better of Michael Makowski. Then it's Silver in third, and it's Blair at the back. So Neath well ahead here of Makowski as they come around towards the end of the first lap, and we've got another tussle brewing between Silver and Blair. Neath leads it, Makowski second, and there goes Silver and Blair through the bottom of our picture. And if Neath pulls further away, we might end up switching over, I think, to that tussle for third and fourth as we come around towards the end of lap 2. Still the away captain in front. I mean, one of his better nights around here. Remember, the only points he's dropped so far were off his 15-metre penalty for demolishing the tapes. Meanwhile, Blair is trying to muscle through on the inside of Andrew Silver, and he's making a mighty fine job of it as well. Round towards the end of lap 3. There's Makowski in second, and how about this for Greg Blair and Andrew Silver? Blair just misses out there as Silver is back up into third. Blair's going to have another go. Final lap for these two. Chris Neath still in front. Makowski's not close enough to challenge. Here comes Blair around the outside of Andrew Silver. Greg Blair going for the checkered flag, and Blair has got third. Brilliant by the youngster. Andrew Silver at the back.
What happened next?
Yeah. Are you still watching it, Matt?
Yes, I'm still behind at the moment.
Oh yeah, cool.
But what happened next, guys?
All right.
Come on then, Chris. What do you think's going to happen?
You'll have to talk amongst yourselves just while I'm trying to get a guest on. Okay.
I can.
Okay, so just
That would be,
add somebody if I can.
So-
Okay.
I'll have to get the chat up then so I can see what people are saying.
I know that Paul Wood just said the sales in the bar went down when Jason retired.
Yes, I did.
Oh, I'm going to be easier to do this on my phone.
He did enjoy a drink. Have you finished watching it, Matt?
Yes, I've just finished watching it, yes.
Okay, so what do you reckon? I can't access the chat for some reason, so I can't see what people are saying at the moment. What do you think?
Did someone's chain come off after the race as they were slowing down? Not very imaginative, I must admit. But...
No.
Craig says bust up at the pit gate.
No, we didn't get as far as the pit gate. I'll give that as a clue.
Okay. Blair popped a wheelie and ended up on his bottom.
It's funnier than that.
Is it? Oh, right. Okay. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to press that. Okay. Well, I don't know then. Right, I'm just going to add a contact, so hang on a bit. No one's got any idea.
Nobody's got any. God, it's too good. Well, you have to play. You'll have to roll VT and show everybody because it is quite. It is funny.
VT. That sounds really clever. That doesn't it? Roll VT. Here we go. Press play first. There you go.
Penalty for demolishing the tapes. Meanwhile, Blair is trying to muscle through on the inside of Andrew Silver, and he's making a mighty fine job of it as well. round towards the end of lap 3. There's Makovsky in second, and how about this for Greg Blair and Andrew Silver? Blair just misses out there as Silver is back up into third. Blair's going to have another go. Final lap for these two. Chris Need's still in front. Makovsky's not close enough to challenge. Here comes Blair around the outside of Andrew Silver. Greg Blair going for the checkered flag, and Blair has got third. Brilliant by the youngster. Andrew Silver at the back. Oh, look at Greg Blair, well chuffed about getting third. There's Andrew Silver to congratulate him as well. And hey, oh, what they've done there.
Ooh.
That was congratulations and whoops-a-daisy.
I'm just waiting.
Oh, that's lovely. Best of friends. I think what happened there, Greg Blair went across to say congratulations.
There you go then.
So,
There you go. Matt's
nobody
still
got that
watching.
one.
So, there you go.
Talk
So-
about yourself for a minute.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh dear me.
Oh,
That was a cracker.
I think Matt's screen's froze.
Yeah, I think it has.
Oh, right. Actually,
Oh,
no,
there we
it's
go.
back.
Yay!
No, I'm
it was
moving.
just-
Okay.
I just disappeared for a minute.
Yeah, it is. All right, okay.
So nobody got that one.
No, nobody at all.
No.
Right, let me see if I can get them down the okay. Right, we should be having a guest shortly. Danny Woodward is coming on. He's in the waiting room. You know, we've got a waiting room,
Oh, waiting room.
a virtual waiting room. Oh, ridiculous.
It's all too posh.
You
I know, yeah.
Okay. Ben says, that's awesome. I've never seen that before. Dave says, green and yellow covers.
Yes, we that happened for a while.
We did, yeah. Remember that?
Why?
Well, there were lots of theories as to why it was. One theory being would allow gambling because that's the colour of the buttons on your television control.
Right, okay.
So there were lots of theories, but I don't know.
Okay.
It was always too difficult to distinguish between the green and the blue.
Green and-
when it was a bit darker,
Yeah.
to be honest, that was the problem with it. So
Yeah. It shows up quite easily on the television, doesn't it? But
yeah,
when you're at the match, yeah.
because they all wear Team Kevlars now anyway. So
Yeah, exactly.
Matt was doing the mannequin challenge just apparently to a lot of people because he froze.
ooh,
Okay, yeah. No, actually, that is Matt's normal demeanour. He is actually a member of the undead.
Yeah.
oh no, yes.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, there's
Oh,
Danny Woodward
Dan-
sideways. Right, Danny. You just about to see him. Can you hear us?
Yeah, you're the wrong way around, Dan.
Right, Danny.
Well, it's looking good, but I don't think he can hear us
Yeah,
at the moment. Oh, he's connecting to the audio as we speak.
All right, Danny. Oh, he's
oh,
got
oh,
He'll come
he's
back in
gone
a
again.
second. They'll come back in a second. Susan George says, my partner Alan went to Cradley with Arthur Browning and the Graham brothers to study him on the Fourth Bend. Never been to Speedway before. Filled in proper. Loved it. Oh, there you go. Hello, Danny.
Hello.
Yes.
How you doing?
I'm good. 1 minute. Is my video on?
Your
Yes,
video's
we
on.
can
It's a
see-
bit
yeah, there
shaky,
you go.
but we can see you. Yeah. If you want to get just
It's
a bit,
not-
bit closer, so we can pick up the audio a bit.
1 minute, mate. It's not coming up. I'm having technical difficulties.
Oh, welcome to our world. Yeah.
Now we can see you loud. We can see you loud and clear. That don't make sense, does it?
That makes sense.
No, don't make sense at all. Anyway, you're on.
Okay, we all go.
Is Dan down under? No, he was just sideways.
That's
Are we on?
terrible.
You're on.
We
You're
are.
on.
We're
You're on
we're
live,
all
Danny.
live, yes.
You're on live.
We're all on. So, you're missing your Speedway, Danny?
Yeah, I'm missing it, mate. Yeah, obviously I broke my leg, so I'll be back soon.
Good stuff.
Well, yeah, nobody's going to be back soon, unfortunately, but yeah.
No. No.
Yeah.
No.
Well, obviously all my appointments, they've been put back as well.
Right.
So obviously this coronavirus, that comes first, so I'm happy to wait. sorted out, and then hopefully they can sort me out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So how are you spending your time at the moment then?
At the minute, just at home.
Yeah,
I'm
like
not
everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, like everybody else.
I had enough time to build one bike. I went out practicing on that, and obviously that's how I got injured. But I'm in the process of building another bike at the minute, so I've got something to do in the garage in the meantime.
Right.
Oh, right, okay. So you're not building it in your bedroom, anything like most blokes do. And
Oh no, the missus won't have that.
Who's bossing your house? Come on.
I think we found the answer to that. haven't we?
Yeah.
She's upstairs at the minute, but I wouldn't say that if she was downstairs.
Yeah. we feel your pain.
Yeah.
So I mean, before you got injured and before all this coronavirus rubbish happened, what are your sort of targets for this year?
Well, obviously I got signed for the National League, Leicester. I was number 6, reserve 6-7. So my aim was just to obviously win the first race. That was my aim, and I did expect that. But obviously things happened, and it's just one of them things. So it is what it is.
Yeah, it's very surreal. I think we said last week, didn't we, lads? It's just like we're in the middle of a movie. That's what.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, if you don't crash, you're not trying hard enough, and you know, a lot of people say, "Oh, he's new to the sport. He's new to the sport, and he's an accident waiting to happen." But the thing is, I go there and I give it 100%, and what's happened happens. So nothing I can do about it.
And how is the injury? How's it coming on, your injury?
Yeah, well, I broke my tib in 2 places. It didn't need an operation. It was just a fracture, 2 fractures. So they said about 8 weeks for that to heal. It's been about 7 weeks now. So I've took my brace off, my cast off. I've had what's it called? Can't think what it's called now. Where you go for the tunnel? What's it called? My scan.
CT
yeah.
scan.
CT scan, yeah.
I'm still waiting for the results. The MCL, ACL. But I can't see that being anytime soon.
No, of course not. But it'll be when it is, and that's it, I guess.
So it's a tough time for speedway riders. I mean, money wise as well. Surely it's got to be a bit of a worry because they're not earning, are they?
I think there are fair few people, but you wish you was a footballer.
Well, yeah, or Michael Harris.
Who? Wow. So obviously you're sort of coming in at the lower end of the sport at the moment. It'd be interesting to sort of hear sort of how that works as far as finances and so on. You know, how difficult is that side of it in the lower levels, and do you get any help from anybody?
Well, for me, obviously, it's an hobby for me. So, I mean, coming into the sport, it was a big shock because going to the race meetings, you get oil, get teams providing like methanol, tyres, and coming from motocross, I mean, we pay for everything.
Right.
You know, you don't get nothing for free. So that was just a big help in itself. I mean, I'd ride for free. I'd put my own money. It's an hobby for me, so I'd put my own money into it and I'd pay to ride at the end of the day. So, I mean, there's a lot of people out there who moan that they don't get this and that, but if it's an hobby and it's your passion, you should go there and put your money into it and get where you want to be.
Yeah.
So would you say then that the speedway game from the financial point of view is cheaper than motocross?
Well, no, not really. They both average levels out. Obviously, coming from motocross, you put all your money into it, whereas if you're racing speedway, it pretty much is for free because you have no sign-on fee. Obviously, that is a free entry. You get a tyre, you get oil. Whereas in motocross, you're paying up to £50 just for a race meeting. Plus, that's minimum.
Right. So you actually pay to have to race.
I mean, I spoke to a lot of people, and then they're like, "Oh, come and ride, and you ride for free. We'll give you a tile, we'll give you oil." And I'm like, "What? So I don't have to pay anything? You don't have to pay."
So how did you actually get into Speedway? Was you aware of Speedway before, or was it something that you became aware of? How did that happen?
Yeah, well, I've watched it a few times. My granddad's into it.
Right.
Obviously, I've done motocross, and one of my good mates, Paul Bowen, he rode for Bellevue Colts at the time. So bear in mind, this is only a couple of years ago. I went down and watched him, and I don't know if you know a lad, Brian Burton.
Doesn't ring any bells for me.
Doesn't ring any bells now.
No.
I think he was well known in the National League, stuff like that. So he done motocross and stuff. So I ended up buying a bike off him. So I packed in motocross, and I was going to buy a go-kart. And I don't ask why I ended up getting a Speedway bike. I don't know. Yes, one of them. It went from, obviously, we just went out practicing, just having a few laps here and there, and then people asking you to come and ride, MDL, like that. And it's all free, so why not?
Yeah, why not?
Seems to be the way things are going. Seems to be the way things are going at the moment, isn't it? Because, I mean, years ago, it used to be, they all used to come from the grass track scene, but now there seems to be more from the motocross that are coming now into Speedway. The obvious one, of course, being Craig Cook as well. So it's uncanny how these things sort of switch from time to time, isn't it? So
yeah.
And are there any sort of skills transferable from motocross to Speedway, or is it learning straight from scratch again?
It's completely different. Completely different. It's like rugby and football. They're both a ball sport.
Right.
Different.
Yeah.
It took a lot of getting used to and a lot of frustration. And a lot of it in the fence.
Yeah. And brakes, I suppose.
Oh, yeah.
And no brakes, yeah.
Yeah.
That
was that difficult? Yeah, was that a difficult thing to get used to? Did you find yourself when you first got on the bike going for the brake?
Yeah, I mean, it's completely different. It's like motocross. You go into a corner, you set yourself up, you're on your brakes, you enter the corner, and then you're on the gas. But in Speedway, if you shut off, you're in the fence. It's just the opposite. You're not off, you're on. It's just a complete different ball game. So it took a lot of getting. I'm still not there. Obviously, I've broke my leg.
Yeah, I'm sure you will get it. But is it? I mean, when you first tried it, do you think, "Wow, actually, I really like this," or was it no? What was
I mean, the first, I bought the bike off Ryan, and one of my good mates, Adam Barber, custom it. We went down. He said, "Oh, just booking for the amateur." It was amateur. Was it the British Winter Series, something like that?
Okay.
It's like a one-off event every year, like a British Championship type thing. So he went, "Oh no, just book in the novice. You'll be right. Anyway, I ended up doing it, and I was watching him, and it looked easy, but obviously it's never as easy as it looked.
Yeah.
So yeah, complete different ball game. But I was hooked because it was a different transaction. You know, it was good. I like.
Yeah, and I suppose that one of the biggest differences, of course, is a race is over in 60 seconds.
That benefits me a lot. You know, I've been at the gym for over 2 years. I do no 20-minute races.
Right, brilliant. Well, mate, thank you so. Well, I can't believe that's the time. Thank you so much for coming on, and you are welcome on the show anytime you want to. Just come and say hi. That would be absolutely fine.
I've got your details now, so I can just, you know, if you're watching, I can just add you on the.
There's no hiding place now, Dan.
Yeah. Oh God, Chris is going to stalk him again. Chris, let's just not do that.
I don't really like that.
Yeah, hopefully next
told
time
you about this before, so
I'll have a fresh trim.
Yeah. We always. I mean, I go to a beautician before I come online, you know, just so I can look.
He actually does. He needs to. I'm telling you, that's good.
But I am a beautician, and you look very handsome tonight.
Thank you.
Wow. Yeah. Okay.
I've had my eyebrows done.
How much did that cost you, Chris?
£10 an eyebrow.
Yeah. Well, I thought we was here to talk about Speedway.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you, Danny. And come on again whenever.
Yeah, absolutely. And good luck with the injuries, well, mate. Actually, Danny, before you go, would you like to give a shout out to any of your sponsors, mate?
Oh, good, yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to give a big shout out to my mechanic. Obviously, the guy who drives me from track to track, and the guy who pays for everything for me, which is myself. So big shout out to Danny Woodward.
Brilliant.
And another one, just before you go as well. Ben says, a very refreshing attitude to the sport. You'll get many fans with this attitude. Danny, there you go.
There you go.
I appreciate it. I love you all.
Yep.
Cheers, buddy.
Take care, man.
Ta-ra,
Cheers,
mate.
buddy.
Ta-ra.
Bye-bye.
See you soon.
Brilliant stuff. I don't know because I'm not in your head.
Should we go on to another question? We've done two, haven't we?
We've done two, yeah.
We've done two. Have we got time for maybe one more?
I don't see why not.
Okay, then I'll go on to
but don't do the next one. Do the one after because
okay. Yeah, no problem.
That's probably which is 1987, which is the second leg of the Premiership Trophy, Oxford versus Cradley.
Question 4 is it? It is question 4, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, we'll find out when we play.
All right.
The next one after.
Here we go.
For a win, 2 for the second, 1 for a third in points. And the riders in red and blue helmet colours are the Oxford side, the home side tonight. The riders in white and yellow and black helmets, visitors Cradley Heath. Heat 1 coming up. Eric Gunderson on the inside wearing white. Next to him, Hans Nielsen. Grid 3 has David Walsh in yellow and black. And on the outside, it's Jens Rasmussen in blue. It's going to be a charge of the heavy brigade up to the first corner and watch those inside grid, because if Gunderson gets the drop, he'll certainly run. Nielsen wide it is. Gunderson is away and Nielsen's gone with him. Gunderson in front in third place. It looks like Walsh.
Oh, crikey, that was a quick one. That was a quick one. Okay, a very quick one. I wasn't ready for that.
The rough story of your life. Matt's still not there yet. We'll wait for it to come onto his.
There we go. Yep, seen it.
Yeah,
okay. It was a bit quick, wasn't it? So.
Yeah. Okay. So what happened next?
Well, come on, guys. Then, what do you think?
Okay. Michael Watkins wants to know is the world final still on?
Yeah, we'll say yeah. Why not?
Yeah, we'll say yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. Okay. Nobody's had a guess yet, so
No.
Matt, do you want to have a guess?
Ooh,
You ain't got a Scooby, have you, really?
no, I haven't got a scuba.
No, you ain't got a Scooby. No, nobody else has either.
Well, I guess we better run VT then, haven't we?
Okay, well, just before we go back to that, Paul wants to know, can't see most of them back this season apart from those who have Polish clubs. Riders, that is. And yeah, Susan wants to know, any idea if the Aussies will be back for a short season, and what will the clubs who sign for them do? I don't know what's the situation over in Oz.
Well, nobody knows. It's as simple as that. Nobody knows. Nobody knows when things are going to get back to any sort of normality, and how will that happen anyway? There's no sort of exit strategy that anybody's aware of. They're not just going to go, okay, everybody come back. You know, you can all go back to work. It's just not going to happen.
I think the thing where is the longer it goes on, I mean, it's going to be at a stage where some of the rods are going to question whether it's going to be worth their while coming back.
Well, I mean, just from the point of view of the country, getting the country back isn't going to be an easy thing. It isn't going to be a case of, okay, that's fine, we can all go back to work tomorrow. The schools are. It's not. It won't be like that. It can't be like that.
No, it's going to be a gradual thing, isn't it? So.
Because they're still going to be in a situation of having to control the spread of the virus until everybody's had it and therefore is immune, or there is a vaccine. That's whatever else happens. If they get the numbers down, they're still got to keep them down. So it's
yeah.
You know, it's in all the other countries that all these different riders are in, it will be the same. So I don't want to say this, and I don't want to be a naysayer, but I just don't see there being any Speedway this year.
No, I don't think so. Matt's doing his mannequin.
I hope I'm wrong.
So, okay.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah, we've got some answers. Hopefully one of them is the right one. Do the floodlights go out?
No.
That's the first one. All 4 riders come off, says Craig.
Okay.
Sean says leader falls and all crash into him.
Who falls?
Did get last one if you look. Duncan says Gunder stopped in front of Hans. Any of those close?
Did one say? Well, Craig was the closest.
Right,
I would say. I think we can give him half a point there.
Okay.
Do you wanna,
all 4 riders come off.
Yeah, and Matt's part of the undead once again.
Yeah,
I can still hear you.
Okay, he's just totally froze.
Yes, yeah, and not in a good way.
Not in a good way.
No, it isn't a good way. I can see from myself. It's not a good way. So.
No, you shouldn't have been picking your nose at that time.
I know.
Has David Walsh in yellow and black, and on the outside it's Jens Rasmussen in blue. It's going to be a charge of the heavy brigade up to the first corner. We'll watch those inside grid, because if Gunderson gets the drop, he'll certainly run. Nielsen wide it is. Gunderson is away and Nielsen's gone with him. Gunderson in front in 3rd place. It looks like Walsh has crept through there, so it's Gunderson in front. 2nd place, Nielsen in trouble. And Nielsen is down, and so too is Walsh, and so too is Rasmussen. And, well, there is drama right at the top of our show. Nielsen seemed to stall. Walsh couldn't avoid him. Rasmussen certainly couldn't avoid him. And that's rather a sensational start to this premiership.
There you go.
Very, position.
Yeah.
I'm still watching, sir.
Oh, are you still there? Okay.
So yeah, a very. I don't want to spoil. Oh, okay. There we go.
He's with us.
Oh, hello. He's moving.
Hello.
Again.
Oh, he's moving there. I prefer the other version.
Yeah. Yeah. So the unusual. So Craig was the nearest, I think. There.
Yeah, I think he was. Yeah, I think he was.
Unusual event of Hans Nielsen falling off for no
Very,
reason.
very unusual.
Yeah. But I mean, what it turns out was that the track was very, very. They'd been worried about all day rain, so they hadn't watered the track, and it was just really slick, and there was just nothing there. And there were a few other crashes and so in that. In that. So that was. Have we got time to do one more?
Go on then. I'll
do
number 5?
Number 5, yeah.
Okay. Here we go. Here is number 3.
Heat 3 then, with Alan Graham on the inside. He'll be wearing yellow and black. Next to him, it's going to be his brother Andy Graham. He's in red. Really is a bit of a commentator's nightmare here. Grid 3 has Simon Cross in white, and on the outside Nigel Diaz in blue for the Cheetahs. 6-6 to score. 2 Graham brothers. They're both on the inside there. They'll give nothing away when they get to the first corner. Cross is lively, and Diaz was a match winner on the outside in the first leg. So really anything could happen here in Heat 3. And up to the corner, it's the inside grids again, and Cross has come across bravely. But it is Andy Graham and Alan Graham, the 2 brothers, with Cross trying to split them up here. Andy Graham has moved in front, and they all lock up there, and down has gone Diaz. There's a nasty patch there.
Interesting.
So what happens next?
Matt should have caught up round about now. Nah.
Not yet.
No, he froze again, hasn't he? He must be on talk. He must be on Talk.
If he's as far behind as me, he's still watching it, and it's happened for him now.
Ooh.
Yes.
Staying it.
Yeah. What happens next, guys?
Yeah, what happens next? What do you reckon, Matt?
You have shown the right one there, haven't you? Was the last one, wasn't it?
Yeah, the last one, yeah.
Okay.
Ben says the 2 brothers collide on the straight.
No.
Somebody at the front pick up a bit of it. Did somebody at the front pick up a bit of extra drive and go through the fence?
Maybe you could possibly.
He's teasing here, isn't he?
Yeah.
Cross will win this, said Stephen. And Craig says a bust up on this one now.
No, there's no. I think we've got to give it to Matt, to be honest.
Okay.
Oh.
Let's roll it.
Okay. Here we go. Let's roll VT.
So look.
Heat 3 then with Alan Graham on the inside. He'll be wearing yellow and black. Next to him, it's going to be his brother Andy Graham. He's in red. Really is a bit of a commentator's nightmare here. Grid 3 has Simon Cross and White on the outside. Nigel Diaz.
You played the wrong one.
Yeah, we want this one.
Okay. Dear me.
Heat 3 then with
Alan
Graham on the inside. He'll be wearing yellow and black. Next to him, it's going to be his brother Andy Graham. He's in red.
That's the one.
Is a bit of a commentator's nightmare here. Grid 3 has Simon Cross and White on the outside. Nigel Diaz in blue for the Cheetahs. 6-6 to score.
No, they look the
Two
same.
Graham brothers. They're both on the inside there. They'll give nothing away when they get to the first corner. Cross is lively, and Diaz was a match winner on the outside in the first leg. So really anything could happen here in Heat 3. And up to the corner, it's the inside grids again, and Cross has come across bravely.
Well, do you know what? I'm just running out of time in the match, so I'll tell you
two
what
brothers
happens.
with Cross trying to split them up here. Andy Graham has moved in front, and they all lock up there, and down has gone Diaz. There's a nasty patch there. The race continues apace, and it is now the two Graham brothers again, and Alan's going to go here. Down he is gone. Andy Campbell, we could hardly expected this. There are two very, very good sides with thoroughly professional and experienced performers, but they're going down like ninepins back there.
Okay. So Alan Graham gets
obviously haven't watered it because they've been worried about the rain, and I think on the outside, once you get a few yards off the inside line,
and then Alan Graham, they carry on racing, and then Alan Graham falls off. Then the referee puts on the red light. Alan Graham goes to pick his bike up, but the ref excludes Alan Graham and Nigel Diaz. And Alan Graham is not very happy about being excluded.
Well, there you go.
And there's a lovely little interview with Alan Graham at the end with his lovely Brummie accent.
Well, thanks everybody for joining in this evening. It's 8 o'clock, you know.
Good God. No, it's 9 o'clock actually.
9 o'clock.
It's 9 o'clock, you know. I haven't put my clock forward. It's still 8 o'clock.
For goodness
I'm still
sake.
in winter time. Yeah. There you go. So yeah, thanks everybody for joining us, and
let us know whether that was a good thing for us to continue doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. Right, well, we've got another week of lockdown, and just keep safe, everybody. Just keep safe.
Absolutely, yep. Stay safe.
Take care. We'll see you next week.
Take care.
Goodbye.
Enjoy your stay. Welcome to the Speedway Tavern.